pals to the next episode of Tales at Twilight. Last episode was all about fights. The party engaged in combat. We saw a little bit of a flashback of the fight between Dale and Thistlefoot back at the monastery, and how it kind of was retold, sadly, again, in present day, and how Dale thoroughly knocked out Thistlefoot a few times. Not the same story can be told for Crawl, however. He's
crispy.
He was vicious and rabid and took a chunk out of Q, but with a hefty amount of lightning damage done to his innards, he was disposed immediately. Penny reunited with her father and telling him about the Stone of Stars that is somewhere in the mountains that they are in now, from what is told from at least a story from a bard about their dad. A map on the final 4th floor of the bandit fortress that depicted the different regions and region captains controlling those sections of the wood. The names were given, some notes found, and a note stabbed into the Scorched Grove seemed to be a memoir and a book, a historical take of the first bandit robber king, as they were called, storming and sieging for 10 days the Evertree, which is the name of those giant trees in the wood. There's only a few across the world. The only one in the Humblewood is Alderheart. And fortunately, Alderheart was able to sustain itself and win over the robber king, but not can be said for Bramblewell, the city at the root and base of the western side of Alderheart. After coping with past feelings and regret and unleashing a little bit of rage into the table upstairs, Thistlefoot was able to discover a hidden door as well as a contraption with wings on it behind one of the Vixen banners, revealing a note full of names, namely Virgil, Kirill, and Evelyn. Inside the room, the party found many circles on the ground with symbols and depictions, and that is where we are now. The dust has settled, and the party now stands in a domed small room, paper in hand, Hugh reading Evelyn, and circle sigils on the ground in front of you. And that's where we are now.
Can I read any of the names that are crossed out? Do I recognize any of them?
Make a history check for me.
First roll.
Again? Another in check? 13.
They all seem vaguely familiar, but you do catch a few that you do know. And the correlation you draw between them is they are all a part of different sections of the Tradesman Guild of Alderheart. It is a guild that you are required to sign up for to act and do business as a trader inside of Humblewood.
Why would they want the tradesmen? They're taking out leaders of the Tradesman Guild. These crossed out names, I've known them for years. The names remaining are Virgil, a man who took Eden, my spouse, and Evelyn in when they were orphaned by the Scorched Grove. Kirill was sort of their mother figure. I never met her myself, but I heard stories. She had left Alderheart long before I made my way there. I don't know why they're going for merchants and people trying to make their living in Alderheart. That seems strange to me.
Maybe they're hoping to cut off the lifeblood to Alderheart. If you don't have trade, imagine what that can do to a city.
Stems the income, stomps out the resources to feed the military. You might be onto something. Maybe they're trying, or they've been trying, to weaken the defenses there. It's probably worked. These people were influential, heads of their craft.
Just look at Bracken Mill. All the trades people were taken.
Is there anything else in the room besides this like singular paper that floated down, besides the circles on the floor? And
So it's a domed room.
domed.
A domed room. There is a single full circle at the very epicenter, and it's pulsing with light rhythmically. The second ring outside of that, you see different magical glyphs, and then the outermost ring is a shifting mosaic of symbols that seem to be kind of like slowly morphing and changing, not in rhythm with anything else, but it's like a coalescing lines and movement.
From my brief study in magic, religious as it might be, do I recognize like any kind of specific spell or craft
Okay.
that's happening here?
Are you going... I want you to either roll Arcana or Religion, and you'll get different things from either one. So pick.
I'm going to roll Arcana,
Okay.
even though it's an int roll. Yeah. 12.
Symbols look vaguely familiar on the second ring, but something that catches your eye on the outermost ring of the mosaic symbols that form briefly and then kind of disappear into the patterns that just keep weaving is something that you are just so vaguely familiar with that it really catches your eye. They're druidic symbols, and one of them flashes for just a brief moment and you catch it, and translated from druidic to common is full moon. And you watch a little longer and it shifts and you see it says another phase of the moon. But they're all in druidic and different, like you see the moon symbol slowly moving around the outer circle ring.
The symbols that are moving on the outside of the ring are what says what, like the different phases of the moon?
Correct.
Do I know what the phase of the moon is today?
It is a waxing crescent today.
Okay. I'm looking for the waxing crescent symbol in this.
Yeah, it does appear a little while later. So it's the thin crescent moon that appears between the new moon and the first quarter phase.
I'm going to walk up and touch that symbol.
As you touch it, you feel an innate connection to yourself. Though you are not a druid, you have druid connections with some of your magics. And you feel like a familiarity, similar to the way that you have a connection to your god and you were able to sense the radiance in that feather, pulled with your druidic magic towards this outer ring.
As I'm thinking and sort of analyzing this outer circle, trying to remember any little bits and pieces I know from druidic magic, what I've learned and been able to acquire from druids that I've done trade with.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, there are many druids who like to garden. It's a nature profession. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about when Porter fed Thistlefoot that berry and it brought him back from his unconscious state, and how for so long Q tried to grow some kind of fruit or vegetable that could heal, which would mimic a very common practice that druids do in times of trouble, where they can summon bundles of berries.
Yeah.
And Q is going to rush out of the room and find Porter and bring him to the room.
Okay. He follows you in. What am I doing here?
Do you recognize the runes, this circle? Does it mean anything to you?
Waxing gibbous. Okay. These are just phases of the moon. This is weird magic stuff you got in here.
What about the rest of the circle? Anything else look familiar?
The only thing that kind of sticks out to me is the outer ring. These are druid symbols for the moon phases. Here, let me try something. And he reaches in his bag and he pulls out one of the berries and he sets it on the outer ring, and it lights the whole ring. Lights up for a second, and the berry shrivels up and disappears.
Oh.
It seems that wasn't enough.
Enough?
it seems to want to use druidic magic, but the berry I had wasn't enough. I'm a little bit tapped right now, but seems like if you were to channel some druidic magic into the ring, it might activate whatever this is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I have an idea. Penny, Thistlefoot, come here.
Okay.
I'm beckoning you over, putting my arms around both of you. I have an idea, and I think I can activate this ring, but it might take some time.
Okay.
Watch this.
Okay.
And Q will think to his gardening techniques and the things that he learned from the druidic gardeners that he worked with and their methods for predicting the weather. And he's reminded of a specific technique where they would summon an orb of golden light that reflects what the weather will look like in the next 24 hours and persists. And Q is going to druid craft a golden orb directly on top of the symbol, and it persists there for 24 hours.
Okay. The orb of golden light ignites the outer ring and persists.
And the ring is still lit?
It is still lit. Yeah, it stays lit. You wait a second, still lit. There is a second ring and then the innermost ring that remain unlit.
Okay, well, I got one. You guys are up.
What was the second one? Remind me what the second.
The second one is filled with glyphs that are. Give me a nature check for me.
Nature?
Mm-hmm.
Can I assist her? Trying to think of anything that I might have viewed.
Yeah,
Okay, so
sure. You can have advantage.
Nat 20.
It's about time we got one of those. Jeez.
As you're looking over it, the two of you, something that sticks out to you specifically that helps you immediately understand not only this, but the inner one, comes from Thistlefoot and your training in the monastery. And you, with your teachings from your father of making jewelry and some people wanting enchanted items and things like that, these are magical runes, and they all correspond with different elements. So earth, wind, fire, water, so on, that go around. And with the nat 20, the thing that connects with you, Thistlefoot, is the center one. All of creation is a lifeline and an extension of what everyone calls the great rhythm, and the consistency and palpability of the light pulsing never fades in that inner ring. And it's similar to the way that you breathe in and out. It's a slow pulse, almost like a very slow resting heart rate. Dale is able to be involved with this in somehow.
Penny is going to find the fire symbol just because she's curious. She's going to take her hammer with the fire also on there and go to hit the fire symbol.
Okay. You hit the fire symbol and it lights up with red, and the fire from your hammer fills it, and the full ring lights up and stays lit.
Yes!
The one that you said was this pulsing one, is it still pulsing?
It is still pulsing at the very center.
At the very center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to the center one and sit in it in a meditative sit. That sounds so weird. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm going to slow my breathing down. And as I do that, I'm gonna concentrate the flow of my chi and breath to my fist, and my fists are going to light a little. I'm gonna kind of glow a little bit.
Your breath instinctively ends up matching the light. And as you guys stand in the circle, it lights up and radiant lights erupt from the outer ring and dive into the cracks of the second ring and come out of the middle one and surround all of you. A coalescent, bright rainbow of colors blinds you from the rest of the vision of the room, and in an instant, the lights go out and sunlight reaches your eyes, and you are outside. But as the light becomes more known to you, it is not actually sunlight, but starlight being focused through a giant observatory telescope. A glass domed ceiling above you. You are now in a different room entirely. A crudely drawn series of rings and a circle at the center of this observatory lie below you. And you see a giant telescope peeking out one of the glass panes in the ceiling pointed towards the sky. With the little bit of dim light that is up here from the torches, you can see two other observatories hundreds of feet away through the treetops, because you're in treetops now. Thistlefoot and Q to roll history checks for me.
Man.
16.
7.
Thistlefoot, you have not been here before, but you know of this place. The only place in the wood that has observatories is Alderheart. You have been transported to one of them. They have 3 in the tops of the capital city tree. You look around you, and there's desks with stacks of paperwork that look to be knocked over. It looks like there was a struggle in the room just from passive insights here. No one remains in the room. No Dale, no Scout, no bodies of dead people or anything like that. And a set of spiral stairs inset at the corner of the room that go downwards.
Real quick, is Porter with us too?
Nope.
No. He just saw me go, boop.
Oh no!
He was on the...
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
He was like on the outside of the ring or left at that point. We'll say that like maybe he was walking away as you finally figured out kind of how to function the thing.
Bye.
See you later.
Guys, I think we're in Alderheart.
What? What?
Yeah, this is an observatory for one to observe the stars. The only place that you're really able to do that is in Alderheart.
I'm confused. I've never done that before.
Well, it's some.
I guess I have now.
I don't fully understand it. I'm not magic, and I just lift my fist, but it seems some type of transportation sigil.
Well, I guess that solves one of our problems.
We're here.
We're here. It's best guess to say that Scout and Dale, they're out there.
Yeah.
They're out there. They came here ahead of us. How? I don't know how, but they're here, and they might be the inside people to help with the incoming invasion.
We don't know where they are, so maybe we keep a low profile for now.
I agree. I think that's a good
I
idea.
think so too.
As quietly as I can, I'm going to make my way over to the spiral staircase and just listen and see if I hear any movement, any rustling. I'm trying to find out if we're alone here.
Right. Roll a perception check for me.
Check for traps. Perception pretty good. 11. I have +3 to perception. I haven't rolled over 10 in like 2 episodes.
You do not hear any movement, which is very unnatural for like now that you know where you are. You've heard of the observatories before. They are for studious scientists and those that study the stars, and in the olden days were used, you make this connection after reading the books, they were used to, at least one of them was, to look out for bandits attacking or enemy forces coming in to attack Alderheart. But you don't hear anything.
Guys, I don't think there's anybody here. I don't have the best ears, but there's no sound down there.
I want to take a look around the room. Look at the papers that are on the floor. Is it just like star maps, charts?
Yes. As you look through the different papers, you find different depictions of the constellations depicting for the Amaranthines. One that is more controversial is the depiction of the raccoon Amaranthine that was just thought into being. It's not evil. It is probably the most neutral of the Amaranthines. It was created out of sheer thought from one of the other Amaranthines from myths and legends and came to being. It is the god of whispers and will often warn those in times of tragedy, but that one is set atop the stack that you pick up off the ground, and some of the other ones that are shown.
Where should we go? Q, I know you have someone here, Evelyn, right?
I think if we find Evelyn, we'll find one of two things. We will find Evelyn and Virgil. We will find Evelyn and bandits. I think both would be advantageous to us.
How big is the city?
This is the largest tree. Think bigger than the red oak trees in that giant forest. Is it in Colorado? Is that where it is? California.
Okay.
Massive in comparison to how small animal folk are. The canopy reaches hundreds of feet high in the air and expands even more so with its branches and the shifting that was done through the druid shaper magic that accommodated the people to make their homes in it. Its boughs stretch across like almost a third of the entire wood at some points. It's
what a word to pick. Did you say it's bowels?
Boughs. Yeah, bow. You know,
Makes
when
way more
the
sense.
bough breaks, the cradle will. I don't know. You know, the tree.
Makes way more sense. I was like, it's bowels. Why? Why that word?
I mean, there is people that live in the bowels of the tree, inside the tree, the trunk, the roots, whatever.
That's fine.
You know,
it's just a weird word, man.
Oh no!
In the poop duct of the tree, it's
Yeah, will be our first move. How quickly are they wanting to get to Evelyn? I don't know about you, but I'm tired.
Rest is very important right now. We can't just go full speed ahead if we're weak, because that's not going to help anybody.
Can we?
How hidden is Eden?
I don't know. They've been taunting me this whole time, Scout. Telling me that they know things, they've seen things, they understand things more than anybody gives them credit for. If that's true, she may already have been captured. I don't know. I sent a messenger before we entered the fortress to let her know and to have her seek out Virgil for help. He knows the city better than anyone, probably. So my hope is that they were able to get out or find some security somewhere, but I don't know where that would be. They're also looking for Virgil. So both of them are in danger. Both of them are targeted. I have no idea where they're at. I think my mindset right now is we need to make sure that we are safe. So we probably need to find out if we're alone here.
Agreed.
And if we are alone, will we stay that way? And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to fight any more bandits right now. I do, but I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's very big of you, Q.
I'm a big guy.
I think we go down, see if we are one, like you said, and I think we find the nearest inn to rest. And then
Okay.
What time? Well, probably can't tell us.
It
You
is.
saw the night sky, right?
Yeah, you saw the night sky filled with stars.
Okay.
It is the middle of the night. Seems to be the same time when you left the fortress. You were in a fortress, so it was hard to tell.
Yeah.
But the sunset and everything, and it seems to be similar.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 9-ish.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can find it in. And then first thing we can find Eden and Virgil.
Evelyn.
Oh, Evelyn. Oh my goodness.
So, hang on. Are we wanting to rest here, or are we wanting to find a place to rest?
I don't think we should rest here.
Then we definitely have to be on the down low when trying to find a place.
Agreed. But also, Alderheart's a big city that one can lose oneself in very easily and blend in.
Is there any light? I don't remember if you said this. Is there light coming from the staircase down, or is it all just dark?
Yeah, the rooms are lit with candles and torches and things that are continuous flame is the spell that's used to continuously light everything. So yeah, you see light pouring from the staircase, and there's some in here as well. It's a little bit more dim in here to accommodate looking through a lens out of space, you know?
And you said there was some sign. It looked like there was some kind of struggle, but there's...
Yes, like a couple chairs knocked over, paperwork on the ground, similar to what you guys caused when fighting Dale and Crawl.
I would like to move to the staircase. This might be a throwback for you two. Using my small sense of connection to nature and the non-sentient animal folk that I've interacted with throughout my long career as a gardener, I'm gonna mimic a sound of a small animal making its way down the stairs, just to see if there's any... I didn't hear any reaction or movement, but I want to kind of just double check, considering I just had a net dropped on me. This is a flavored version of Druidcraft.
So Q makes a cat sound.
Q
like a
makes
cat is trapped.
A cat sound. Like maybe more like a badger. He's gonna make a little badger sound.
Okay.
It's gonna make little squeaks and tip or tap down the stairs, just trying to see if it alerts anybody. He's going to send it as far away as he can.
Okay. As you make that noise, you hear from the floor below, "Hey, did you hear that?" "Yeah, I did hear that. What is that? Is that a badger?" "What's a badger doing up here? Badgers can't fly." "What?" And you hear some movement from downstairs.
Okay. As silently as I can, I'm gonna kind of just look at the other two. I'm gonna try my best to get the sound to move back up the stairs, hearing their movement. I'm trying to bait them up.
Okay. I want you to make a deception check for me.
Deception.
I would also allow performance. It's probably similar, but
Well, I already rolled.
either one doesn't matter.
Well, it's pretty bad either way, so it probably doesn't matter. Let's go deception. It's 5.
Move the noise up and try to throw your voice, and they're like, "That's, and then it goes silent.
Thistlefoot tries to hide on on the left side.
So roll a stealth check for me.
It's a nat 1 for 6.
Oh no!
It's a nat 1 for 6.
Okay, let me set the scene here. As
This
you
shouldn't be this hard.
you try to slip into on the back side of where the stairs come up, so you can get an advantage point on them, but you trip and fall into the stairwell, and you tumble down.
Yes,
and,
please.
With their held actions, an arrow flies and a spell comes at you from 2 different individuals surrounding the staircase. Everyone, roll initiative.
Oh, poop nuggets.
Good lord, that was not the intended outcome.
Bad luck, or from that ones, you know.
The dice have spoken. Oh, that's 5 on my. Oh wait, no, it's more. It's not great on my. initiative.
14.
14. Okay.
It is on the top. 7.
Okay.
18.
18.
Penny's the only one who didn't fuck up here, so it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense that you go first. Out of the,
I'm gonna hit you with these 2 things. They had prepared their action for anyone to walk down the stairs, and then we'll roll into initiative as normal. First, we are going to do crossbow bolt that comes at you with a 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That is going to be 7 piercing damage.
Can I use my reaction to deflect the bolt?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be badass. Rolling down the stairs and you like
Catch it? No.
yeah, hell
I've
yeah.
already been hit enough today.
D10, 1d10 plus 7. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13.
Yep. And if you want, you can redirect it at him. You can throw it back. You
No,
can turn this failure into a success, baby. Because it reduced it to 0.
I don't want to send it out because I want to see if I can diffuse the situation. So I'm just going to catch it and just like stamp it on the wood steps next to me.
Oh, like to catch yourself, like using the arrow to.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Rolling down the stairs.
As I'm falling, I see the bolt come to me. I'm going to catch it and I'm going to use it to stop my momentum and to stop myself.
The arrow flies. You reorient yourself, catch the arrow, and jab it into the ground, helping to balance yourself. And you see before you a familiar face. Fran!
Oh my god!
The bandit that shot you was Fran.
Oh my gosh!
Alongside him, a robed bandit who also...
Well, now that I see it's a bandit, can I redirect it?
Yeah.
I know, I've already spoken.
Resume your momentum down the stairs.
And then
Bowling.
as you see that, you see a bolt of fire shooting your way as well.
Oh, man.
But since you stopped your momentum, they had predicted where you were going to be, and it hits right on the steps below you. And combat starts, baby!
Nice.
So initiative was, well, do you guys remember what your initiative roll?
18.
I know 18.
7.
14. Okay, we're going around the table like this, starting with Penny. You see Thistlefoot fall down the stairs. You hear arrow shot released from like a string similar to yours. And then you hear fire fizzle out and a burst of light from the staircase.
Shoot nuggets.
Shit fire, you mean? Or shoot fire?
Shoot fire.
Shit fire.
That's what happened
I don't know
yesterday
about you,
after I ate
but-
Taco Bell.
But you might need to go to the doctor after that
story.
one if that's happened to you.
Ooh,
You might need to get that checked out.
like shooting a snake in a barrel. New one each week, everybody.
Stay tuned.
You already died, so I'm gonna use a disarming attack with my short bow. Okay, yeah, I'll go after Fran.
The return of Fran.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to disarm him with
Episode
my
title name.
short The target must succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw. Well, 5
5
to
to
hit.
That does not hit. You're still getting accustomed to the bow. It's your second time using it. So
This is also true.
it clashes the ground and he says, "You." It is his turn. He can only see Thistlefoot and Penny right now. Thistlefoot shattered his leader's knees, so he's he's gonna attack Thistlefoot again.
We meet and Fran.
15 to hit.
Does not hit. I'm going to roll out of the way.
Wizard steps forward, flips a page, pulls out something out of a pouch on his side, and his fingertips light up with fire. And he extends his hand and unclasps it. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as a flaming hand reaches out to grasp around you. Oh,
That's a 7.
Oh
Looks
my
like
god.
that's gonna be a.
1. 8, 9, 10.
Makes me
And
nervous.
the hand clasps around you and sears you again. You're not set afire, but it burns you for 9 fire damage. Both of them move towards a table. This looks like some sort of common room. You see like a food prepping station and like a storage box for like storing food for longer term, and just a rest area. There's seats and things like that. They flip over a table and get behind it, and they get some cover. So their AC goes up a little bit. So they're going to be harder to hit. They're going to jump on the other side and crouch down. It is Thistlefoot. It is your turn now.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to run down the stairs, and I want to kind of jump off of the wall, to then jump behind them.
Okay.
Try to reduce that fall damage I would take.
All right.
Kind of flavor it with the slow fall.
It's like 20 feet, so you'll take 2d6 if you don't reduce it. So that's 3 and a 2, so that would be 5 damage total, bludgeoning.
I can reduce damage by 20.
Dang!
When you fall, you can reduce any fall damage by 20.
Wow.
Nice.
Aerodynamic, dude.
What damage?
So I'm gonna run down the
Those buff
stairs.
legs.
I'm gonna run down the stairs, and then I'm going to hop along the wall as I get close down to it, and then vault over the table to land behind them.
Okay. They see you flying over them, and you just like land behind them, and they're freaking out. They're like, no.
And
No!
I'm going to take my staff and like a bent tree branch. I'm just gonna smack. I'm gonna smack the wizard across the face. 18.
Yep.
Ooh.
18. That is 4 points of damage
Yeah,
to
you
him.
smack him across the face. His head hits the table, and he looks dazed.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to unarmed strike, because I'm assuming they're right next to each other.
Yep.
I'm going to unarmed strike. What is it, Fran?
Fran, yeah.
Fran, and I'm just going to open my palms, and like a sharp bladed leaf, I'm going to cut across his throat.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Are you flurrying your blows, or are you just doing one unarmed strike?
I'm upset. I want to be able to fight and know that I'm able to fight. And so yeah, I'm going to burn a focus point and do Fury of Blows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hit that. That's 10 points of damage for the first hit.
Sorry, 10?
First hit.
God
For the
dang.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, 10 total.
Oh, sorry. No.
Woo.
8. Sorry.
That's still
sorry.
a lot of damage.
8, and then second hit. So I'm gonna hit Fran, and then I'm going to motion around, and I'm going to take a back heel kick and hit the wizard across the face again. Yeah, that's 16, 17, 20, 21.
Oh yeah.
21.
There seems to be a magical aura around this.
Another 8 points to the wizard.
You hit him with the back of your heel. His head, boom, impacts the table again, and he falls unconscious on the ground. This is a hedge wizard.
Then I'm going to, with the back heel kick, connecting it, I'm going to follow the cut that knocks him out, stamp down on the ground, turn back around and face Fran, just eye to eye, looking at Fran.
Oh man! I thought I was away from all this. Q, it's your turn. Oh man. Okay. You look down the stairs.
It's a slaughter.
And there's just the familiar face of Fran. Noah that you see down the stairs. Boom! The wizard's head impacts this hedge wizard, falls unconscious, and Thistlefoot is just standing over a crouched down a Fran who is cowering against the table.
Okay, so
Realizing
Fran
he's
is
screwed.
like back to the table. He can't see the staircase, right? Okay,
No.
I'm coming down the stairs,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make eye contact with Thistlefoot, and I'm gonna do this. I'm doing a little like like when somebody's
A
talking
hand
too
talking
much,
motion.
and you like do the
Blah, blah,
thumb
blah,
to
blah,
your
blah.
pointer finger,
Ah,
like they're
okay.
talking a lot. That's what I'm doing to Thistlefoot. I'm like,
I was-
hey man,
I was
listen.
going to do that. I was
Get
going to
ready.
do that my next.
You ready?
I was going to do that my next go.
So I'm gonna thaumaturge some fun stuff right now. There's a number of different things that thaumaturgy can do. There are 3 things I'm gonna do here.
Right.
That's the maximum that you can do.
You can make your It sounds like thunder.
Poor Fran.
So
He's shitting his
Q
pants.
is first going to cause tremors in the ground. It's an artificial, harmless tremor. He's gonna cause tremors on this floor, essentially to simulate for Fran that the ground is shaking. Second, all of the torches in the room are going to start going out and relighting, going out and relighting, and going out and relighting. The fire will flicker away and relight dramatically. Third, amplified 3 times as loud as normal. And he's gonna do his best to remember the sounds that the
Christian
feral
Bale Batman.
Yeah. Where is she? Where is she? No. The sound of the beast that attacked the party on the way to the bandit fortress. False Kren? Mm-hmm. Surrender. This is my vessel. What are you doing attacking one of my chosen?
My God.
Booming loud and echoing through the room. The fire is coming on and going off. And the hope is that Thistlefoot is like opening his mouth, trying to mimic the sounds, because I can only amplify my own voice. This is an attempted intimidation.
Sure.
I have advantage. Oh, I'm glad I have advantage.
Dan and Stan, rip.
Much better. 16 to intimidate Fran.
The mood changes in the room. The booming, snarled voice echoes, and the lights flickering like something comes over Q, and a mist forms in the room. You notice from your sword that it starts oozing this dark, vile mist into the room, and I want you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Man.
Natural 20.
You are able to tame this unrelenting hunger and rage in yourself, and the mist settles and gradually dissipates, just adding to that ambiance. And Fran cowers, curls up in a ball. He's a rabbit folk, and just like covers his eyes. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
I'm going to ask, where did they go?
Where did who go?
Where did Scout go?
Scout? They came through and went down to below somewhere.
What are they doing here?
They're making preparations for the assault. For context, the tree, Alderheart, is sectioned into 3 different sections.
Mm-hmm.
One is the canopy,
Mm-hmm.
one is the trunk, and the other is the roots. The canopy is kind of the most diverse, being the boughs, the canopy market, the council plaza, the prisons, the guard headquarters, the observatories, the guild quarter, the temple quarter, and the branches. Fran says, they said they were heading for the guild quarter.
Good.
Please
It is
don't.
going as planned.
Please
What
don't.
are you doing here?
I'm just waiting to, just making sure that nobody is in the observatory to call the alarm.
What alarm?
What do you mean? This is to look out for raids, and they would alert the guard. Don't you know?
Who are you to question me?
I'm sorry.
I stamp my foot.
All, what,
The
3
tremors
feet of you?
intensify for a brief
feet of you?
second.
Would Thistlefoot know where the guild quarter would be?
Yeah.
Tree, is
It's
it?
in the canopy.
Oh, the canopy,
There's
okay.
just different sections of the canopy that contain
Okay.
the market plaza, the prisons. They're all just kind of spread out on the canopy.
How far along are the preparations?
They should be coming in the next 24 hours.
I look up to Q, and I kind of just like make this shoulder shrug gesture of like, anything else?
I'm trying to think. Q's going to try to mouth to you without speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he speaks, it's 3 times louder. I'm looking at you. I'm making eye contact. I'm going to mouth. Ask about the traders district. Ask how far they've gotten there.
How far are the plans going with the traders district?
The guild quarter?
Yes.
It's gonna be one of the first to be assaulted as part of the plan.
Good. It is going as planned.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were one of us. That's just... Well, I'm so confused. Didn't we fight you before?
I'm going to punch the table right next to his face. Silence!
Stan.
And I just I uncurl my fist and I just give him a soft tap on the face.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to look down the stairs and be like, I'm tired of this. We need a rest. I'm going to curl up in a ball and go down the stairs. Bowling.
Now, we have some questions for you.
Of course.
You will not question us.
Okay.
Where was the crow folk heading?
He went with Scout.
Good. That's his protector.
I'm now satisfied with the line of questioning, and so he's going to approach the table. And I don't know how big Fran is, but I'm going to try to just pick him up by the collar.
Yeah, you do that. Mm-hmm.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, no.
Recognize the guy that just
please.
that just obliterated his friends.
You remember what happened to your friends?
Dan and Stan.
R.I.P.
Did they, Scout and Dale, mention where in the guild quarter they were headed or why?
They're on a mission. They're meeting up with Captain Sheila, and I don't know after that.
Good. Stay useful. And I might not kill you.
Oh, God. And he, like, instead of making the Catholic symbol of the cross, he, like, the symbol for the star sign of one of the Amaranth I got. So it, like, takes a second.
When Q says that, I'm going to hop up and just punch the lights out of him to knock him out. Knock him out
I
cold.
was going to do
Wait.
that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I rolled down the stairs.
Well, we can retcon it. We can retcon it.
So Penny rolled down the stairs in her little ball, and she emerges and then whacks him in the head with her hammer to
He's
knock
like,
him out.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he just goes dead weight and limp.
I'm tired and I want to rest. We got our information. Let's get out of here.
Okay, wait. We gotta maybe make sure that Fran here doesn't go and talk to other people.
We could tie him up and put him in a closet.
That's a great idea. Could I give you another idea?
Okay, what is your other idea?
What if we try to put him in the circles of stairs
Oh.
and send him back to the fortress where your dad is and we let him figure it out?
He won't be happy.
Great.
But that's the best part.
Can we do that? Let's try it. You want to try? Thistlefoot, what do you think?
Shakes my head.
I'm gonna walk Fran in my...
Are you doing both of them or just Fran? Because there was a wizard too.
Oh, I thought the other one was dead.
No, he just got knocked
Oh
unconscious.
yeah, him too.
I mean,
yeah,
if you
we'll
want to
grab
have
him.
killed him, you can. That's up to you.
Nah,
okay.
unconscious.
No,
is better.
Thistlefoot, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
My dad can handle them.
Perfect. You just like dragging him by.
Yep, I'm just dragging him by the
All
leg.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do the exact same process that I did when we sent them the first time.
Hit the fire symbol.
How we got here, I'm doing it to try to send them back.
Okay. The rings light up and then they get the light blinds you and then they're gone.
I love it.
They won't be able to
Fuck
figure
those
that
guys,
one
right?
out.
Okay, I agree. We need to rest.
Yes, please.
We have to.
Now let's go find an inn.
And try to hit the city proper. It's a big city.
Okay.
We can probably find somewhere safe.
I am a pangolin. I feel like I need a cloak or something. Because they're going to be like, pangolin! And then the only other pangolin they might know about is my dad. And then they're going to put two and two together. And then they might cause some problems.
I walk over to the side hallway closet, open the door, and see if there's a cloak in it.
We find a cloak.
Yeah. People did not punch out, so there's cloaks in the closets. Yeah, they were. There's a cloak.
Well, I like for the small one, and I put the smallest one on.
Okay.
And then I find 2 big ones, and I hand it to one to Q, one to Penny.
Perfect. And wraps it around herself, ties it up, puts her hood up, and she's gonna be like, all right, let's go find somewhere to go to sleep for a while.
Open the door, step out into Alderheart, take in the surroundings that are around me.
It is another spiral staircase down to the bottom floor.
So many stars.
But with a well-shaped, unpainted wooden door swinging open to the wide city, usually bustling but quiet in the starlit night, almost unhindered by the branches and leaves, and lit by continual flame lanterns and light bugs. You find yourself in the canopy of Alderheart. Before you is the main road that leads to the different areas of the canopy. The main road, if followed directly, will also lead you to a spiral ramp pathway that will lead down into the trunk and inevitably the roots if you do continue to follow it. But this paved stoned road branches off into many branches like the tree to the boughs where a lot of normal people's homes are, the market, the council plaza, prisons that are adjacent to the perch guard. And you are on one of those breaking paths that have the observatories, and then the guild quarter is not far, as well as the temple quarter. Where would you like to go?
I don't think we should go too close to the guild quarter. What part is she in?
Normally, she would be in her market stall in the guild court. My hope is that she has not remained there, but I don't know. I think it would be unwise to charge into the guild quarter now, especially if they're ahead of us by some minutes or hours.
DM, real quick, can you remind me? Fran was saying they were posted there to make sure that nobody raised an alarm, right?
Yeah, because this is normally, the observatory is normally filled with scholars, those studying the stars. And they occasionally, it's not part of practice to look out into the wood, but big domed surface, and if anything's coming this way, they might see it, especially a large force.
I have an idea. We need to go rest. Fran said that about 24 hours we'll expect this bandit army to come and attack. I think we need to rest, and first thing, let me know how you feel about this. I'm fast. I say we find a place that's close here to rest, and first light after we get some rest, I will pull the alarm, raise the alarm, while y'all head to the guild section, and I will catch y'all up. I'll catch up with you there. I think since they were there to make sure that the alarm isn't raised, I think the alarm should be raised.
I agree.
Yeah.
If we do it too soon, I don't want to cause too much notice with it. That's why I don't think we should do it tonight.
Do you think the guard posts here would speed up this insurrection if we tell the guards that we know they are planning to do something in the next 24 hours?
Who's there to trust?
Not the bandits. We gotta trust somebody at some point.
I don't know.
There are uniformed guards all throughout Alderheart. We can try to find someone tonight and tell them, or we can try to wait till the morning.
I pat the bag on my side that I'm carrying the map in. We can convince them with the maps. So do we try to find a guard post, let them know, and then rest?
What do you think, Penny?
I think first priority should be to rest before we go out to find someone. And then I think once we are awake and refreshed, we can find an armed guard and maybe kind of let them know what we're doing and see if they'll help us, I guess.
Can we trust them though? Because right now I don't know who to trust.
We should sleep on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that they will find who they're looking for so easily. Virgil is crafty. He is a craftsman. Quite good at what he does. So I think Penny's right. As much as I want to just tell somebody to rush to the guild quarter now, if we speed this up and the bandits accelerate their plan before we're ready to help, what use is that? Let's find an inn. Do I know of any friendly tavern keeps in this part of town?
You know of an inn in the Canopy Market called the Olive Branch.
I love it. It's like Olive Garden, but cooler.
Oh my gosh.
It's the whole last branch. Predecessor, it's like medieval Olive Garden, the branch. I'm going to walk that direction.
As you follow the road and take one of its many branching paths to the market canopy.
As we're moving, I'm going to keep an eye out, make sure that no one is following us, keep eyes out for Dale and Virgil. Or just Virgil. Oh my gosh. Dale and Scout.
Yeah.
Just make sure that we're not being followed, being noticed.
Make a perception check.
Absolutely. 19.
As you're looking around, the only other person up during the night that you see so far is a perch guard, a hawkfolk in the regalia of the guard, wearing helmet, breastplate, carrying bow and blade, sheathed, quiver of arrows, and the green banner with the symbol of the Evertree on it. Just patrolling, and they notice you and just give you a nod.
Give a non-discretionary nod back to them. And yeah, keep an eyes out for any mischief as we're walking, trying to find a inn.
Other than that, that's the only person that you see along the way, but you do that's walking. There's a couple people that have their windows open. You can see movement inside their well-crafted homes. They're shaped from the wood of the tree itself. Those that are from this region and even those not know that the shapers are the ones that ask permission of the tree to shape it into forms that would allow others to live and work here. And through many, many years, the tree has evolved into a large society. And you can see that. The canopy is one of the oldest of all the sections of the tree. Many homes and elaborate streetways and lights, water systems. In most of the main areas, there's lifts for those that do not have wings to glide down. And you find your way to this humble little tavern with a swinging sign that says the Olive Branch, where you see a carved white branch with a green leaf off of it and a caterpillar sitting on top.
Adorable.
It seems to be pretty quiet. This doesn't seem like an entertainment district. This is more for work, and a lot of workers stay here from y'all's knowledge.
On the approach, I'm going to breathe in and just take in the sights and sounds of Alderheart. It's not my first time here. And I'm going to match step with Penny and just kind of give her a nudge and say, you ever seen anything like this?
No.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
As you say that too, you see at the center of the market district, just a little bit further in, there's a big statue of a rabbit folk in a breastplate with a large longsword raised high, and there's a plaque on the statue just ahead. Q, you do know this statue, but I want you to roll a religion check. See how
Finally.
well you know it.
This is my moment. Don't give me a natural one. I have a lot of religion. Oh, okay. 19, baby. Oh, no. Dirty 20.
This is the statue of Gaspard, the amaranthine god of community. And he bears a leaf vine-wrapped, long sword rapier-looking blade held to the sky. One of the few humble folk amaranthine gods. He's known as the champion.
That statue there, Penny, that's Gaspard. He is sort of the champion of the humble folk, or maybe easier to describe, the champion of the people with no wings. He represents community and the coming togetherness of bird folk and humble folk alike to make this place, Alderheart.
I like it. I like that idea.
Something else that you remember that connects more with you now than it did when you learned about it is his reputation of being a champion comes from overcoming a trial that was given by Kryn, and he overcame this monstrous, deadly trial, and that is what inevitably brought him to godhood.
His actions inspired thousands and thousands and thousands of us to fight for what we love and overcome the challenges that we're faced with, the challenges that life gives, the challenges that our whatever adversaries may pose to us. Gaspard's bravery brings us all together. I look at Thistlefoot and Penny, and I pull you both into a big hug. Good mouse sound. I love it. You guys ready to rest?
Yes. I wonder if they
Thistlefoot
have bread
nods yes.
sticks.
We're here.
Go indoor, go up to the innkeep.
A warm and comforting smell, sight, sound, well-lit, cushioned seat, big roaring fire at the hearth. You smell bread.
Yes.
And a a goat folk behind the bar slides a cup across the bar to one of the other patrons. Like
Just happens
10
to
feet
so
away.
be a small raccoon-looking child.
No. He walks over to the end of the bar facing the entrance and he says, "Oh, hello there. I'm Barlow. Can I help you guys with some food, drink, or maybe a room to stay tonight?"
Do you have breadsticks?
Oh, we have the finest breadsticks in all of Alderheart. How'd you know?
I could smell it.
You can smell it.
May I have some, please?
Absolutely.
Barlow.
Barlow.
He's the barkeep.
Barlow the barkeep. Love it.
Is he short?
Does your bar
No.
hang low?
The bar's not low. No. So 3 rooms or food? What can I get you?
Yes.
Yes, 3 rooms,
Yeah.
food? Okay.
Yes.
You got it.
Penny is munching on her breadstick as she starts heading up to a room.
All right. He turns around. Lily, 3. And you hear, "Got it!" in the back, and some pans moving around and shifting in the back. And he reaches over the counter as you hear a little metallic clank, and he pulls 3 orders of breadsticks and some drinks, gives it to you. That'll be 3 gold for the room and the food.
I
can
got
pitch in.
this. I got this. Here you
Penny's
go.
pan. Let's go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And he hands over 3 intricate wooden keys, each having a different vine design that, as you go to your rooms, match the symbol above each door.
As they're heading up with their breadsticks and drinks, I'm going to hang back for a moment, and I'm going to go up to Barlow. I'm going to take 5 gold out, and I'm going to slide 5 gold out to him,
Oh,
and I'm going to say,
food? It's a lot of food.
All the breadsticks.
That's a lot of breadsticks, Sonny.
You could say it's unlimited.
I could give you unlimited breadsticks.
keep talking.
Keep talking.
You never saw us.
Right.
Can I do an insight check? Make sure he understood.
Yeah.
Make sure that you understood.
Yes.
9.
Oh gosh.
9.
I think he doesn't understand at first, but he kind of gets your meaning after a second. He goes, "Oh, okay. Takes the gold.
I give him a warm smile.
Well, enjoy. If you need anything, just let me know."
And I don't go up to the room immediately. I go sit by the hearth and taking a moment now to process the fight that he had with Dale, the failure that he had with Dale, reminiscing on some of the teachings that his master had given him, and also remembering how Master Mackerel had also said that he was starting to question the motives of the Whispering Pine Order's Council of Elders who oversee monastery. And just reflecting on all of that, beginning to question some of the teachings that he had been taught by the other monks, thinking of the cause that Dale says that he's fighting for and the doubt that Dale has brought to my mind about the motives of the Whispering Pines.
As things are pretty quiet here tonight, after a few minutes, you feel a presence behind you and see Barlow. He says, "How you doing there? Saw you over here. Thought you might need some. Seemed like a tea guy. You want some tea?"
That would be Barlow.
Thistlefoot gives a warm smile. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea, but if you want to bring me a cup of tea, I'll make you a cup of coffee.
Oh, making me something? Couldn't do that.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll exchange warm drinks.
All right. And he brings you a cup of tea.
Bring out my little handheld grinder and grind up some beans and take a little comfort of the nice earthy and nutty smell of the Whispering Pines brew, but also some pain of the memory of just the monastery itself. He then grabs some water and puts it in his kettle and warms it up by the fire, and then begins to brew a small cup for Barlow.
As you exchange cups, Barlow sits down and he gives you a nice herbal green tea, calming. Says, "Coffee, huh? Well, at least I'm doing a night shift tonight, so this will help." You seem very thoughtful tonight.
Yeah.
Something on your mind?
There's a lot on my mind.
Not often do I get someone trying to pay off my eyes like that. Tell me I'm being too in your business, but just a bit curious. Haven't seen you before. What's going on?
Oh, we're just travelers new to the area, and we like our privacy.
All right. Not trying to step on any toes here. Just thought I'd offer an ear.
No, I appreciate it. There is a lot on my mind right now. Lots of doubts and failures and some unpleasant memories as well. And just trying to process some of this day that we have. Hasn't been the particular best day.
Well, when my mind's cloudy, I have some time. I make my way over to the temple district, and there's lots of places to kind of just breathe and meditate a little bit, relax, kind of gather my thoughts. I've had a lot of things happen to me over the years. I'm not a young buck like you, but why don't you make your way down there sometime? It's a calming place. Clear your thoughts a little bit.
What temples are there?
The closest one that I like to go to that's a little scary for some folks that don't have wings is Temple of Rhea, but it has an open balcony at the top and nice view at the stars. You feel the wind. It's very calming.
Tell me, kind of have a question brought up now, and I pull the pendant out from my tunic, out from under my tunic that's around my neck, the pine saw fresh symbol, and I show it to him. Have you seen anyone wearing one of these?
Not today, but matter of fact, I had in the past. Not the first time I've seen someone from the Whispering Pines.
Did they happen to tell you their name, or you remember what they look like?
I've had a couple come through before, but not stay recently. I think I've seen one the past week or so. Crow guy got walking through here once or twice. Is he one of your friends?
You can say something like that.
That's ominous. Jeez. Bitter rival then, I see. Well, sore spot. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to come off as abrasive.
Well, I get a lot of that here. People drink a little bit too much and say some things they don't mean. It's a hard times for different people in different situations. You never know what people are going through. So, a little alcohol or a little anger, it happens.
Don't know about alcohol, but there is some anger within me. I'm able to identify a little bit of that. It's not like this, and I point to the roaring fire, but it's more of an ember of anger, more of anger at myself, where I come from. Just lots of doubts right now.
You can see he glances and he notices your singed ear. Ah, okay, I see. Let me just encourage you a little bit and say you are not alone there. There are lots of folks like you here. Maybe not in your exact situation, but we've had many people come from probably where you're abouts, and you can share a little bit of that community with them. Don't take it on all by yourself.
I know that you hear a lot being a innkeeper and everything, and don't take this the wrong way, but how trustworthy do you think the guards are here?
The Purge Guard?
Yeah.
They're plenty nice. They take care of people. They have a pretty good track record of community service and helping folks out in need.
And again, you'll have to forgive me, as I said, we're not really from around here, and especially I'm not really from around here, so this big wondrous place that you live in here is a little different to me. I'm used to living out on the road and in the woods, if you will. So not really familiar with the things here.
Yeah, well, they're volunteer positions and they're very trustworthy as far as I can say. I mean, I've had many of them that come here after their day of work, and a lot of them helped folks out that are fleeing their homes, similar to where you come from. So if that means anything to you, then I'd say they're plenty good.
Take a sip of the tea. This is nice.
Something wrong?
No, as I said, I'm not from around here, so I'm not used to the perch guard here. Just kind of curious about it.
Make a deception check, please.
Now you lying.
Oh no.
Your charisma's got to be high, right? You're a monk.
Well, it's not 0.
Well,
Oh wait, is it? But is there a little funny line in front of the number? That's also not 0.
No. 9.
He takes a sip of the coffee. That's good. Listen, if you need help, there's lots of good people here.
Well, thank you, Barlow. You're definitely showing me that.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it. Sorry for bothering you. And he stands up and
No bother.
walks away. What about the two of you? What are you doing?
I'm in my room. I'm cuddled up with a blankie, and I'm just munching on some breadstick.
All right. And you, Q?
I've retired to the room. My belly's full. My spell slots are gone.
All right.
I'm gonna reach into my pouch and pull out the journal from the ruins that we were in with
All
Willow
right.
in that spirit. I'm gonna crack open that first page and see if I can try to, at a glance, try to decipher anything before I invoke any divine power to do that.
After kind of having that translation of the tablet that was ruined. You recognize some of the symbols. You don't know exactly what they mean. It won't be like an immediate thing. So you can spend like an hour or so and you might get something from it if you choose to invest that time.
About what time of night is it now?
It's like 9:30.
I'm going to try to spend like at least 2 hours diving into this journal. I want to, as much as I can get out of it.
All
I
right.
want to get out of it.
All right. Roll a religion check with advantage for me.
You gave me a nat 20 and you gave me a nat 1 today. Even in the middle is fine. That is.
You might still crit. You'll get more of the
because
crit.
it's with advantage.
Roll it twice.
That's the exact same roll.
Wow. It is
22.
Fate decided. You pull out paper and you work at the writing desk in the room. This elaborate room that all of them are similar. Feathered beds, soft, plushy carpets, well-crafted, shaped writing desks with paper, quill, ink, and you are studiously copying, comparing notes between the characters. And after some time of study, comparing to the translation that Titan gave you, you are able to decipher the first entry. I write this beneath the ancient boughs, where the whisper of the leaves carries the old songs. The rhythm of the world is steady here, untouched, unbroken. Elendra always said the great rhythm speaks to those who truly listen, but I have only ever heard a hum, soft, distant, as if waiting for something more. She believes there is harmony in the wilds, that the world must be guided but never tamed. I've always wondered, what if we could do some more than just listen? What if we can shape it? What if the great rhythm is not just a song written, but something unfinished, like a verse waiting for new hands to compose its melody? Tonight I will ask her. Maybe she will say I dream too much, as she always does, but I think she dreams too little.
After a while of sitting at the hearth and staring into the fire and pondering all the things in his mind, Thistlefoot will return to Teacup to Barlow, give him a nod, good night, and head up to the room. Once I get situated in there, I then want to pull out the freaky bat wing contraption that I found at the bandit. For this like winged breastplate thing.
Yeah, it's like folded up on the back, but it looks like once it's put on, it'll extend the wings. On close examination, you see kind of like magical symbols in it. What are you looking to like just examine, like how it works, or what are you doing with it? You're gonna jump off the tree with it or something?
No, I want to examine it, study the sigils, study like how it's been contracted, and see. I'm assuming this is something that I would need to be attuned to, an item that I need to be attuned to. So I'd like to try to attune to this to make out what exactly it is and what it does.
So there's different things you can learn here. You see magical symbols and other things like that, but you also see a symbol that does not look to be magical script. So I will allow you to either examine it for magical properties or religious properties.
Religion.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 11.
Okay. You recognize the symbol. It is a hawk bearing a bow, pulling the strings back with its wings and talons. And it's the symbol of Rhea.
So would this be something that like I would have to put on to ascertain like how to use it?
Probably be the best way, yeah, because you're not like magically proficient like Q would be, or maybe another mage or enchanter that could decipher it. I'm
going ahead. I'll go ahead and strap it on. Now, is this like metal or like leather?
It is.
I don't think as a monk I can wear.
Don't even worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. I'm giving the option to. as you put it on, it does feel protective, but those that aren't able to use the protective property, it does not apply. It like doesn't fit right, but you're still able to use the other properties.
Okay.
As you put it on, the wings extend, and you do feel like a hum and resonating going through this metallic breastplate that you're wearing. That will take a little bit, but you are able to do that. It takes about an hour. This has I'm calling it the Armor of Rhea, Reya. This is mostly homebrew, so you'll have to kind of remember this yourself. It is, for those that can have armor, gives you a +1 to AC, but you can't. It contains 6 charges. You regain 1d4 + 2 every day. 6 charges, and you regain 1d4 + 2 every single day at dawn. You can activate and use a single charge, and for 10 minutes, because that's the duration of the spell, you gain the fly spell. Seems to fit you a little loosely, but you can activate those abilities if you wish.
I'm gonna work on just calming my mind some, going back to basics, and go through a kind of not shadow boxing, but like a Tai Chi form and flow. Call it the wind through the trees. Practice different forms and sweat it out essentially until I finally exhaust and go to bed.
After reading the deciphered entry, I'm thinking about the implications of what that entry says that kind of go against what Q has always been taught, that the rhythm of the world is steady. It's not tamed, but it's not in control of the people who live in it, in the swings and highs and lows of that rhythm. Q is going to remove the talon of Titan around his neck and place it next to the journal. And I want to make a prayer, not to Titan, but I want to try to pray to Miliki.
Interesting. Okay.
The spirit that we saw in the ruins. Connecting that dot from when he said Miliki, and I guess visual appearance of that entity kind of grew and flashed. I will say my prayer as Miliki. I don't know what this means, but it came from a place where you were dwelling. The rhythm of the world has always been constant, wild and tame. I've always listened, but what would it mean to rewrite the verse of this rhythm?
Roll me a religion check.
17.
An aura of calmness and light fills the room. The windows darken, and the light that pours in from under the door is blocked, and you solely are encapsulated in this, almost like time stopping again. And you see this humanoid-shaped creature of light appear in front of you, and like reverse of what is said comes before what you hear, so it sounds like ethereal and echoey.
I'm attempting to commune without the artifact from Titan because I think that Titan might interfere in that, as he was sort of like the one of two parts that established the rhythm, at least as far as I know. And I'm worried that my connection to the Allfather might fight the questioning that I'm posing to Milik.
You are the only one that's ever asked that question. What happens? You ask. The song changes. It's already been done.
Who did it?
I do not know, but the song has been rewritten.
What does it say now? What changed?
Everything. The gods, the world, the people. They've all been changed.
What does that mean for our stability? What does that mean for the ability to have what we have now?
It doesn't change anything. You adapt. Others don't. That's why I am in the state I am. But it seems I'm allowed to stay a little longer. Thanks to you.
Hope to keep you around. We'll speak again.
And then the light.
I put the talon back around my neck. I close the journal. This 2-hour prayer and meditation and deciphering has taken a lot out of me. So I'm going to rest.
Are you attuning to the new sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holding that thorn in my hands before laying down, I've sat down on the bed. I'm looking it over and remembering when I detected the evil that came from it. And on one hand, I don't understand what evil lies in it, and that is terrifying. But the other part of that is that I don't want someone who cannot handle it to take possession. And in this moment, I believe I'm the only one who can tame it. So I will commune with it and attempt to attune to the sword.
As you drift into sleep, newly attuned to this weapon, everyone can mark a long rest. As you wake up, Q, you find yourself, as you're looking in the mirror, you have newly grown, protracted fangs in your mouth. So you have a couple of other things too. You feel like your senses are heightened. You have advantage on all perception and survival checks. You now have a bite attack, and the bite attack is a bonus action. The thorn also gives you a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls if you use it. And with your unarmed strikes, it gets that same bonus. You all feel very rested.
Thistlefoot hasn't come out of his room.
Okay. What? You look different.
Yeah.
Oh, they're big.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
What?
That's just
Where
a
did
funny
those
hedgehog
come-
with fangs.
Where did those come from?
They showed up. I don't know. I slept and they're there. I got good teeth, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel fine.
Was there something in those breadsticks?
Maybe.
When I wake up, I begin my usual morning routine of calisthenics and everything, but I am doing them a little bit more aggressively. It's now not a morning, getting warmed up routine. This is full workout mode now. I remain in my room for now.
Penny's gonna go up to your door. You okay?
No response. You just hear the grunts and breathing of someone working out.
Yeah, you can tell.
He's busy. Okay, I'll turn around.
I noticed that Penny went upstairs to knock, so I'm going up too, and I'm like, wake up!
No response.
I'll do it again.
He's getting
All right,
buff.
fine.
That's how his
Fine,
legs are so
Fine.
buff.
I'm gonna go eat, man. I just wanted to get him some food. Oh, we had a rough day. We all had a rough day.
I'm gonna need some coffee from him when he's done.
You don't need any coffee.
Aww.
We saw what happened last time. You know you don't want that.
Again.
The wine was funny though.
You go back downstairs to the table, and what you didn't notice is that there is 2 cups of coffee.
Aw, but
Well, 2 cups for me. Fine. Here.
Yes.
He made it for you. I
I
can't
had
take it from you.
pre-made it.
And after refreshing breadsticks and coffee,
Yes.
The breakfast of champions.
it is. Yes.
After an hour working out like that, splash my face, get ready, take a sigh, and then I head downstairs. But my thoughts are not in the present. They're just still on thinking of the questionings of the purpose of what I am doing, what initial mission of enlightenment and journey of going and helping, what the purpose of it is, if the Whispering Pines teachings are actually what they're teaching, remembering some of the warnings of Monster Mackerel, of questioning some of the motives of the elders, and remembering the doubts and questions that Dale has brought into mind. So my body looks at ease, but my mind isn't. So I head down and find my compatriots and sit down. And I forgo eating a breadstick.
Why aren't you eating?
I'm just going to stick with drinking coffee and the water.
At least take a blueberry. You need nourishment.
I'll take the
and it's
blueberry.
good for you.
I'll take the blueberry. And I take the blueberry and I put it in my
No,
pouch.
no. Put it in your mouth and chew it and swallow.
Just give a warm smile, but I just take my cup of coffee and I drink it.
Put it in your mouth and eat it. You need nourishment. You need more than just coffee. It's not good for you.
Right now, I don't want nourishment.
What?
I promise it will make sense later. Just please trust me.
Okay.
I appreciate you looking out for us, Penny.
Just want to make sure you're okay. In your tummy, in your head, in your heart, all of it. But if you are having troubles, it's okay to talk about it.
I will when I'm ready.
Well, gang, I don't want to say too much in the middle of this space, but I think we all kind of talked yesterday about the plan. Y'all ready?
All right, let's go. And I'm going to grab another breadstick.
He said unlimited. Thistlefoot, you ready?
Thistlefoot nods his head.
I'm looking for Barlow on the way out.
Yeah, he's behind the counter, about to finish up his shift, hopefully.
I'm gonna
Looks tired.
do the very cinematic flip him a gold coin. Say, thanks for the food.
Yeah.
See you around.
See
Take
you
care of
around.
yourself.
Same goes to you. You safe out there?
You do the same.
As I walk out, I lock eyes with Barlow, and I give him a warm but sad kind of smile. You can see he can see the sadness in my eyes, and I just give him a nod.
I'm looking for. I've been around here before. The perch guard wear some kind of distinguishing mark that shows their rank.
Huh?
I'm looking for the largest platoon I can find with the highest rank, as much as I can see.
Okay. Roll perception. You have advantage now.
Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what that means. I should probably be scared, but right now I got fangs. I'm glad I got advantage. That was a natural one. That was better. 15.
You're able to find a guard captain with 2 other guards in tow, a dove folk captain, and a rabbit folk and a hedge folk, and they are patrolling the streets. Yes, that is the highest rank that you see patrolling the now active streets.
Penny, Thistlefoot. That's a captain. That one right there.
Okay.
I'm going to give Q my little satchel with the map and stuff on it. I was like, here you go. I'm going to be on the outer edges, keeping an eye out for us.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the background, kind of like be out of sight, be close enough to them where they can see me, but also be like a little bit distance, trying to keep an eye out on the whole situation.
Yeah.
Be just actively looking for just anything that's out of the ordinary as I try to ascertain the usual rhythm of the city and its people.
Okay.
For the record, and maybe it's too late for this, I also would have put the robe we found in the observatory back on before leaving the tavern.
You would put what?
The robes that we found that we used to stay undercover, I would have put those back on before we left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Still kind of undercover here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Same.
I'm gonna approach the captain.
Okay. As you approach, they meet eyes with you and stop. Is there something I can help you with?
I have something really important to tell you. It's gonna sound really weird. My name My name's Quilliam. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Fern? Captain Fern.
I'm extending my hand.
He extends his wing and shakes your
Great.
hand.
I shake it a little too aggressively.
Okay.
Is there a place where my compatriots behind me could speak to you privately?
He looks past you and sees Penny.
Penny, I'm waving a little claw. She's like, hi.
Something you can't speak to me here about?
It's
you okay?
Probably. I'm worried that a lot of people won't be okay if something isn't done. I'm not going to do anything.
This is starting to sound a bit suspicious.
Which is why I want to talk to you. It doesn't just have to be you. Bring whoever you want. But
okay.
But I'm worried that there are too many variables if I tell you this in the middle of the square. And I'm going to reach into the satchel and look for any piece of documentation or anything like that that shows the mark of the Vixen Coalition and just try to discreetly say, it's about this. I'm not one of them.
Roll a persuasion check.
14.
Wasn't expecting that on today. But
I wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly either, but I'm concerned.
all right. Let's head back to our headquarters. We can talk privately there. Is that all right?
It's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking to being unseen and sticking behind.
First, give me a stealth roll. 14. Okay. And then give me a perception check as you're looking around.
24.
All right. We'll hold that going forward. Two of you both go in, or is it just you, Q?
That's up to Penny.
I since I kind of like made my presence known, I don't want to freak them out, so I might as well go show that I'm with.
Okay.
On the walk there, is this a place that I would recognize as the headquarters?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's for sure the perch
Absolutely.
guard headquarters.
Yes. Straight into the front building, and then there's like a little lobby area, and there's people behind counters, and you can see more guards in the back, working, getting on shift, getting off shift. And he sits down, extends a wing, pointing to the other chairs, and says, "All right, you've caught my interest. What's the issue?"
There's a movement imminent. The Vixen Coalition are in Alderheart.
All right. And how do you know this?
We invaded their fortress.
You, and her by yourselves.
And a number of other people. They haven't made the journey here. We traveled here the same way the bandits have made their way in. The same way the Vixen Coalition made their way in. We defeated a small force in their fortress in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
A number of what we assume to be higher ranked individuals made their way through a magical sigil teleportation. We primed this and came in sometime after them. They had already left when we arrived. They're going to attack the guild quarter next. Someone special to me. More than one person lives there, works there, and is there now. And they are targeting that person because we have assaulted them.
Okay. So you and your friends infiltrated the fortress, the bandit fortress, and you made your way here through some sort of means of teleportation, and they have means to attack Alderheart.
They are already inside.
Right.
This teleportation put us on top of the observatory, and I'll share the exact location with him. There is still a runic circle there, assuming they haven't made their way back to destroy it.
Okay. I think when you say that, he lights up a little bit, and you can tell now it seems like he's interested, and worry goes across his face. Okay. Is there anything else? Any other details?
I have a lot of details.
All right. Well, let's start with that. What else do you know?
Do I need to insight check him to understand if he is actually concerned for the city?
You can.
That's what I want to do.
Roll an insight.
I'm trying to discern whether or not he's concerned for the city or concerned that the cover has been blown for the bandits.
No, yeah, roll
I'm worried
insight.
for corruption.
Yeah.
Roll for corruption.
Roll for corruption. 15.
Okay. Genuine worry.
Okay.
About the city. This does not seem malicious. When you say the observatory, he seems like he's been here a while, so he knows the histories of what the observatories used to be for and haven't been needed for a while. So he clocks that. The guild quarter is first to be attacked.
In the next 14 hours. They said 24. We had to rest. We were battered, beaten, and bruised. Here's a map. And I pulled a gigantic map out of the satchel and lay it out on the floor. This is some level of planning that they've done for Alderheart. And then I'll pull out the books and put those on the table. You can have these. This is what they say. Not the Miliki journal, but the bandit related ones. Oh. And then last I'll pull out the list and say, I believe this to be a list of targets. And I'll hand it to him and I'll say there's many names crossed out. I don't know if you've heard of them, if they've been attacked.
His jaw drops.
I told you we invaded their fortress. We killed General Crawl.
I didn't sign
He's
up
dead.
for this.
I killed that bastard. He got what he deserved. 2 escaped at least.
Okay, slow down. This is. I need to report this.
I know.
These names crossed off. We found people dead over the course of past months, and I already recognize a few of them here.
Are any of the names that are uncrossed? Have you found any of them?
No.
Alive or dead?
Not that I know of.
You need to find them. That's where you'll find the bandits.
Sorry, what was your name?
Quilliam.
All right, Quilliam. I need to bring this to my superiors immediately. Will you wait here a moment?
I will wait, but let me ask you to give this to everyone, because the bandits have continually, through my pursuit of them, told us that their reach goes far and deep, more than anybody expects. I don't know if corruption has happened in the Perch Guard, in city folk. I don't know what that means, but it would be my advice that you do not be sparing with this information only to your superiors in case there is greater evil. Thank you.
He gets up and you see him go through the door onto the back in a panic. Like, he didn't want to lose his shit in front of you, but behind, as the door closed, you hear his pace quicken, and he's moving fast.
Oh shit.
The door shuts.
Did you say this was a chicken folk?
Dove.
Oh, Dove. Does he lay an egg?
The maps and everything with him?
If you, I mean, he wants to.
Okay.
Unless you're stopping, he wants to take them. He's going to try and take them.
Yeah.
Thistlefoot. Are you out? You follow them all the way to the headquarters? Yes.
Yeah, I don't go in with them.
Perfect.
But I post up, try to remain unseen, and just keep an eye on the building and the surrounding area.
As the crowds are moving through, you catch sight of a familiar silhouette, and you can tell that it is Scout going through the street, and he's heading for the market district.
I'm going to follow for little, but I don't want to go too far.
As you're kind of entering the outermost part of the guild district, a unseen clawed hand grabs your shoulder.
I hate this guy.
Don't follow him.
I recognize the voice, right?
Oh yeah.
It's Dale.
It is Dale.
Son of a bitch, I fucking hate Dale. Hello there, Dale.
It's too late.
So you think?
It is too late. There's still a chance that you could come to the right side. Help us right this wrong. Please.
What are you hoping to accomplish here?
To set peace and fairness. To raise up the people that are on the bottom.
What happens when those people become the very people that they overthrow?
So change nothing? Why would I do that? Why would anyone want to do that? At least try.
That's what we were taught.
Yes.
To try. To be a light in the dark situation.
Exactly.
I acknowledge I have my doubts with the elders' moves, but I trust our master's instinct, and I trust that you have taken it too far.
I wished things could be different. And with his held action, he flips you around and pins you towards the ground. With a cane, you hear a click, and he stands up above you, and you can't move. And this cane that is pushed down over you, pinning you against the ground, is not moving.
No!
Hands behind your back. The cane pins you to the ground.
Can I squiggle my tail out to press the button on the
I'll give you a chance to do that.
You put us in the animal world.
Yes, you can do an acrobatics check to try and maneuver it quickly enough to where... Are you going to try and do this after he leaves or right now?
I'm going to wait.
Roll an acrobatics check.
9.
You're pinned, tail and all, to the ground. I truly am sorry. I am going to try my best to make this right, to do it the best, to guide these ignorant people in a way that life wins out, and fairness is set on this council. I am sorry. And you see him, as you struggle, walk into the crowd and disappear. Not long after that, you start to see, 30 seconds later or a minute, crowds of people running out from the guild district and screams. We'll jump back over to the rest of you guys. You guys see the door that the captain went through slams open, and he comes out with the map that you gave him, and he puts it down on the table in front of you. Is this information correct? Are you sure?
Straight from the source.
Well, we have a problem because the one that you have for the captain and the Alderheart section is the same name of our commander. She's currently not here. She's in the guild quarter.
The guild quarter.
She's doing inspections.
I have to go.
Hold on a second. And he goes back through the door, and you hear some shouting happening. And this is where you kind of see ranks of guards begin to come out, and you hear steps up above as they open doors on the second floor, and you can see out the window shadows of gliding birdfolk heading west towards the guild quarter. And he comes back out with a small platoon of guards and says, "We're coming with you."
Let's go. Now. I'm headed towards the guild district, but I'm looking for Thistlefoot.
Okay.
We have to find him.
I agree. I don't see him outside this building. I'll keep a lookout for sure as we head that way.
He was lurking around, right?
Right. Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
Can I help him?
He already has advantage.
Oh, that's true. Triple advantage. No, I'm just kidding.
17.
As you're running towards the guild quarter, you see in one of the side streets in between two buildings, pinned to the ground beneath what would seem like just a cane, is Thistlefoot struggling, trying to get out from under it.
Thistlefoot! I'm going to sprint towards him. Just try to see what's going on. I'm trying to move the rod. It won't move.
Click the button.
I'm going to press the button.
It comes right off.
What the hell?
I grab the cane. Dale. And I run. I sprint towards the guild district.
As the platoon of guard leads you down the main road, you begin to see crowds gathering in the guild quarter, and the guards disperse to kind of surround the crowd, and you see guards already in place that were not part of the crew that came out with you, and there's dozens of them. The main portion that the crowd is gathering around is a part of the tree branch for one of the main guild halls. And on the third story, there is a balcony and a podium, and you guys can see a gray foxfolk with perch guard garb, flanked by two heavily armored perch guard captains. They have the same badge and regalia that you saw on the captain that you had met and warned. And you guys separate from the captain and slip into the crowd because there's nowhere else to stand. The captain and his men kind of meet rank with the rest of the guards around and are moving towards the front, trying to push through. Then you hear a voice yell out from the third balcony, and it's coming from that foxfoal. Grounded brothers and sisters of the wood, as commander of the guard, I, Sheila Den, bring ill news for you, but with plans of action in motion to resolve the conflicts about to begin quickly. Are you not tired of the discriminatory acts that keep us grounded not only in class but fortune? Today, a new era of equality will begin. You have been stuck at the bottom of great many things in this land and life, but because we are together and stronger, we will fly higher than they ever could. Now, I will kickstart the revolution and make change, that we may all be not named humble folk in such a way that has us lower status or tied to the ground with lower beings, but strong folk, neighbors, wood folk. We will be seen, and not only that, but heard. The corrupt council has hosted a traitor in its midst for far too long. It's already sin and vile to host thoughts of superiority over species, but to so strongly push genocide and murderous intent on us will not go without consequences. Corvius of the council has halted help to the innocent lives when the fire spread their worst. I've been given trustworthy reports conspiracy by Corvius to betray the whole wood in exchange for power. We will depose him and the rest of the council, but to hasten change before they can cage us again, today I bring you betrayers in your own midst. Carol of the Guild has betrayed us all. She reported to Corvius as one of her network of spies, the true criminals. They have put away and killed many good folk. But today, we take retribution for the good people of the wood. From behind, the two guards flanking the commander bring out on either arm a squirming crowfolk, bruised and beaten, just to the side of Sheila. I renounce this demeaning title of perch guard for what it is. I am no winged rat or slave. I offer myself to the people as a servant, and like me, there is another who has made it possible to bring peace and equality to you, but far more capable as a leader and lived the pain of the fire, loss of the heart, and her name is Frey. She is the matron of all free folk. Not long from now, we will remove the corruption from this glorious tree and wood so that those who have been downtrodden can be brought up by the wind under their arms and not by the chains of those who have perched above us for so long. As that line finishes, the two guards bring in front of the podium this crowfolk, and Sheila draws a dagger and puts hand on her shoulder as the other guards hold her down, and she's squirming. And you hear the crowd gasp. And from the front, you can hear two voices scream, "No!" A man's voice and another softer but shriek from a woman. "No!" And she puts the dagger against the neck and slits her throat and drops her body off the edge of the balcony. After the body falls and the crowd lulls to silence, Sheila looks into the crowd and says, "Guards, get the other two." And a host of guards comes out of the first floor and some of the ones that are already surrounding the crowd. And it's at this point that you can see Hugh as they easily grab the two that were at the front of the crowd, that one of them is Evelyn and the other is Virgil. And you just see a glimpse of their face as they're drug up the stairs and the door closes behind them. And that's where we'll end this episode.
Until the next Twilight.
Why?
Nice.
Hey Night Owls, thanks for listening to this episode of Tales at Twilight. Mark is our DM, Becca is Penny, Matt is Thistlefoot, and Q is played by myself, Darwin. Our cover art is done by Seba Huidobono, and our theme by Jeremy. Links to their work are available in the show notes below. Do us a solid by leaving us a review on whatever podcast platform you listen on. Tell your friends, post it on socials, you know the drill. Our next episode will be released in 2 weeks, so stay tuned until the next Twilight.